This is a review of Aztec Tiki Talisman. It is a 3D platformer set in the ancient Aztec jungle where you will take on the role of an unnamed hero. Your main abilities consist of a jump and an axe throw attack for eliminating enemies or pushing wall buttons. The main objective throughout the 50 stages is to collect the diamond and reach the exit. There are also 3 collectible stars in each level that are optional. Attempting to collect 3 stars on each level will raise the difficulty a little bit, as they are often placed in treacherous locations and death results in a loss of progress as you will begin the level over from the beginning. There are no mid-level checkpoints or anything like that, but there are small stair shortcuts which will activate at certain points throughout each level in case you fall during a platforming sequence. Be aware though that these aren't really checkpoints as they deactivate upon player death as well. The game consists of 50 total levels spread across 5 chapters. Every 10th level will be a boss fight. The boss fights play out similar to one another, but with the boss having a new attack and a slightly higher difficulty with each battle. While the core gameplay is 3D platforming, there are also elements of puzzle solving and combat to be found as well. At the simple press of a button, your character will throw an axe in the direction you are currently facing. There are times when I found this to be a bit inconsistent, as it felt like my axe wasn't quite flying where I was facing, but since combat is pretty minimal with the exception of boss fights, it isn't a huge deal. The layout of each level reminded me a bit of how Captain Toad Treasure Tracker worked, with a small area to navigate and you can rotate the camera to your liking with the right thumbstick. You'll encounter various enemy types and traps, such as fire-breathing statues and various types of spikes. The game sports a really nice looking art style that reminds me a bit of claymation. It's very colorful and lively. To go along with the presentation, it has a fairly bare and repetitive set of music, but what's here is good. But you just might get a little sick of hearing the same music over and over again. I think that just about covers all of the basics, so with that said, how does it play? It plays really well. The controls are responsive and fluid outside of the previously mentioned wonkiness of the axe throw. The level design is stellar, with some enjoyable platforming interspersed with puzzle solving. You will need to do your best at times to perfectly time your jumps as new elements get introduced to the platforming. There's even some sections that will require you to remember how platforms move as they'll react to your jumps. So there is a nice bit of variety introduced throughout the 50 levels to keep it feeling fresh and fun. Hidden stairs will appear frequently when you reach a certain point through a platforming section, so that if you miss a jump, you won't have to redo the whole level over, which is a very nice touch, and certainly cut down on the frustration I would have experienced had this not been a feature. You're free to take your time, as there's no timer pressuring you to hurry. There's infinite lives as well, so you don't have to worry about a game over if you happen to find yourself meeting your doom often. The game saves after each level, so you can always pick up where you left off. There's also a normal and hard difficulty to choose between if you find the game to be too easy on the normal difficulty. I find Aztec Tiki Talisman to be a highly enjoyable little 3D platformer that puts its focus solely on its gameplay. It has a basic feature set, as you'll hop from level to level with no hub area or overworld map to navigate. There's no story to really speak of either, so you'll definitely spend all of your time with Aztec Tiki Talisman just playing the game and working through its 50 levels of gameplay. If you're a fan of 3D platformers and can appreciate a more simple premise, then this is definitely one to check out. I had a blast playing through it for this review, and it's definitely a fun game to play when you're looking for a small burst of fun. It took me about 2 hours to finish the 50 levels, but if you seek to collect all 3 stars on each level, you'll get more time out of it, for sure. Aztec Tiki Talisman is published by Jandu Soft and is currently available on PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Series S and X, as well as the Nintendo Switch. Thank you for watching this review. If you enjoyed it, please like the video, comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, as I cover a lot of different indie games on my channel. Hopefully I'll see you on my next video, and I hope you have a good one.